we're actually more alike and connected than we realized. Look at heirloom tomatoes, the last of the heirlooms for the season. When shit hits the fan, like it did for COVID, and it will again in other ways, when shit hits the fan, it's your neighbors that come and save you. You know what I mean? It's your neighbors. It's Nourish LA, Nuestros Alimentos. Nuestros Alimentos means all the things that nourish us. It means my community, my food, celebrations, sharing meals. It's actually really simple. You've forgotten that we're actually more alike and connected than we realized.
Welcome to our site. This is our shipping container. 20,000 pounds of food coming from Food Cycle, the food bank, all the local bakeries. Volunteers are bringing it in their cars, and it's all got to get cleaned up and organized, and then to the people that need it. And then whatever's left over, a couple churches will come pick it up, and then they'll redirect it to their churches. Here's a bunch of students on their own volition went and grabbed all the food.
How are you done?
I'm doing good. How are you guys? And then just go put all that stuff right on the line. At the end of the day, we would have served about 1,000 people from this one little site. I started during the pandemic. I saw a bunch of moms asking for help with groceries. I lived at the time next to Whole Foods on Barrington and National, and I was like, hey, what are you guys doing at the end of the day, like with all your leftovers or the stuff that, you know, you throw out? Are you redirecting it somewhere? And they're like, oh, we're not. And I was like, wow, we're in the middle of a pandemic and there's people going hungry. Like, how do I access that? And they're like, oh, you need a tax ID number associated with someone that feeds people, an organization. I was like, oh, so like a church, that's easy. So I contacted some friends that were on a board of a big nonprofit, and I was like, hey, I need your tax ID number so I can redirect that food, and I'm going to start a food drive in the alleyway of my apartment. I'm part of the local Buy Nothing group, and I asked for things I needed, like paper bags and rubber bands. If you have extra fruit in your trees, if you have anything you can donate, you know, get involved. And people were really kind because people were home, you know. People would drive by and we would put grocery bags in their trunk. But what was crazy is just seeing the quantity and the quality of the food that was about to be thrown away. I'm talking about like Strauss milk in glass bottles, brioche bread, brown butter cookies. We've even gotten stuff like honey, like something that never goes bad. Why is this here? You know what I mean? Oh, they just didn't have enough room on the shelf, or they over-ordered, that kind of stuff. And you're just like, holy shit, how often does this happen? This is just the tip of the iceberg. Thankfully, I had met some great organizations that already have the partnerships with all these major restaurants, like Food Forward. They have a relationship with a bunch of the farmers. They give them boxes and they say, hey, do you want to donate produce at the end of the day? Because it doesn't make sense for the farmers to go back with that food. So they get a tax incentive to write it off, give it away to people that can use it. Then they can redirect it to our food drive right now. Arugula, fennel. Oh my God, it's beautiful. I thought corn was donezo. Lots of the peaches. Oh my God, more tomatoes. No wonder they're so heavy. I'm gonna get a cart. It looks like another one of our partners are here. I've had the city call me and they're like, how do you retain so many volunteers? Well, the way that you do it is that you love them and you appreciate them and you also celebrate them. And you make it a party.
What does it really take for a person to feel nourished? We try to tell people we want to extend their life. And then we try to get them into our programs, you know, get in the garden or do this or And people like have gotten to know each other, even the volunteers, but even the people that we serve, you know, like, oh, there's lady, she's gluten-free, or she loves this kind of cheese, or, you know, oh, I remember you really wanted those Brussels sprouts. We got the Brussels sprouts. It's just something very simple, and it's gonna go to waste. You know, it's gonna go to waste. That's what's crazy. We all matter. Not one person is more important than another. You know, we all matter. And we're all made of matter. And we're all gonna go back to the soil, but at least while we're on top of the soil, like let's make this enjoyable.